Hello, I'm Jason Jarrett, the Love Encore Delivery Specialist for Dutch Miller Subaru, and I'm back again today with another tech tip for you. I got asked by a YouTube user, Cindy, to talk about remote starts. She was even saying maybe I could do a demonstration of them because she's considering getting one for her 23 Outback she's getting. Now, Cindy, unfortunately, as I pan around I got all these cars on my lot, but remote starts are just not really pre-installed from the factory these days. And I can't really demonstrate the app because, like this is sent up that's behind me here. Brand new car, you got to buy the car and then we got to set that thing up. So these things aren't sitting around where I can remote start them from an app. But I'll tell you what, we'll talk about them and we can go over the pros and cons of both, and I'll maybe help you out with your decision on what you do. So of course you have two options. You can get the remote start Keyfob, where you can get that installed into the car, and you can also use the MySubaru app. So let's talk about the Keyfob first. So you have to get that from the parts department, and then you'll have to pay for that, and then you have to pay the service department for the labor to put the thing in the car to make sure it's working and everything. So I guess the pro about that is once you pay the fee, get it installed into the car, it's always going to work. It'll also work with if you have a turnkey or if you're a push button start. So that's a good thing right there. Your cons, I guess your cons would be when you remote start your car with that, you can't adjust climate settings like I can do in the MySubaru app. So if you haven't set your climate up properly, that's going to be a factor. And also, I guess there is a battery in that key fob. At some point, it's going to die. And you're going to have to get that replaced. But I guess you can say that's a minor thing. I don't know how complicated it is to change the battery, and those things, but it shouldn't be too hard. So that's that one. So now let's talk about the app. So when you purchase a brand new Subaru like that Subaru sent behind me there, you will get a 3-year free trial to the it's called Safety Plus, and it's our Starlink service, similar to OnStar. That's how I kind of tell people about it, because most people have heard of OnStar because it's been around for quite a number of years. Now you'll have an option to get a second package. It's called Security Plus, and that's where that remote start's located. So if I wanted to get remote start that ascent, if I was buying it, I got to get that. Now you've got some options of what you can do. You can get a 6-month free trial to it if you provide a credit card. You can try it out, or you can go ahead and pay some money and extend the time further out beyond that 6 months. Now, what most people I find will do is they'll get it for 3 years to match with the Safety Plus packages. So those way that they're together. But you have the option when you buy the new Subaru, both packages, you can extend them out further if you want to. Now, the way that remote start works is you've got to have a push button start. If it's a turnkey, it is not going to work. So you must have a push button start. So if your vehicle is a turnkey, I would go to the service department and parts and get that other one installed. Now, it works through AT&T's cellular network. Now, you do not have to be an AT&T customer to use it. You can be whatever you are. None of that matters. The car must be sitting somewhere where it has access to a cell phone signal, and of course your phone, you got to have access to a cell phone signal as well. Now, where I live in West Virginia, we do have areas of the state that are a bit more rural, and the cell phone coverage, just doesn't quite get there. So if you are living somewhere in an area like that where your cell phone coverage is spotty or not the best, you may not want to be considering this one. So let's talk about the pros of it, I suppose. So being able to remote start from your phone is pretty cool. You, depending on how your car is set up, you can also do some climate control. I can turn the heat on or the AC on, or I could turn on the heated seats or ventilated seats if you have a Touring. What else could we do? Besides, and with that Security Plus package, you also get some more things just besides the remote start. I can remotely lock and unlock the car's doors through the app. I can also make the horn lights go off if I was looking for the car. You can locate the car on a map. If you're on some massive parking lot and you're trying to find your car, you could use that. It has vehicle security alarm notifications. So if your alarm goes off for some reason, the car can let you know. And we've also got a vehicle stolen mobilizer. So if your car did get stolen, we could get the vehicle immobilized. It's also got some stuff where if you're a parent and you've got teenage drivers, so you can set up boundary, curfew, and speed alerts. So if the kids are driving in the car and they do something they shouldn't be doing, the car will let you know. So that's one great thing about this, is you get a bit more than just a remote start. So that's your pros. I guess if I had to think of a con, of course, cell phone coverage and stuff, that could be a factor. The fact you have to pay for, you have to keep paying for this to keep it. If you're someone who's going to keep like your Subaru for a large number of years, as I'm having to keep paying for that to keep that remote start, eventually the cost is going to keep going up and up, and eventually you probably wind up spending maybe as much or more money than what it would have cost to just get the remote start installed from the parts department. So that's something that could be a factor in your decision. Now, if I was going to pick between one or the other for my car, I would probably, and this is my personal opinion, just from my situation in my life and where I live and everything, I would probably go with the remote start from the app. And I guess my reason for that would be is the fact, besides the remote start, I get those other things I mentioned earlier. And so that's probably what I would go with. But of course, always think about, your situation needs to be, think about it, between cell phone coverage and am I going to have the car a number of years. So, but that's what I would probably do. I'd probably go with the mobile app. So thanks so much for watching my tech tip today. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, ring that bell. That way you know when I am posting new content. And as always, if you have a question about your Subaru like Cindy did, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. And who knows, I might do this. I might make a video about it and answer your question for you. So thank you so much for watching.